What if I told you that your daily schedule isn't designed to make you more efficient, but to keep you trapped in a cycle of limitation and control? What if the modern concept of time management is actually a form of psychological programming that prevents you from accessing your true potential? I'm Dr. Marcus Thorne, and today I'm going to reveal how the modern relationship with time has been deliberately engineered to create what I call the time prison. A system of temporal control that governs every aspect of human existence. Think about your typical day. You wake up to an alarm clock that literally jolts you out of natural sleep cycles. You rush through a morning routine dictated by external schedules rather than internal rhythms. You spend 8 hours in a cube-shaped office building performing tasks that are measured, monitored, and controlled by time-based metrics. This isn't natural human behavior. For thousands of years, humans lived according to natural rhythms, sunrise and sunset, seasonal cycles, and biological patterns. The Industrial Revolution changed this, imposing mechanical time upon organic life. But what most people don't realize is that this transformation was influenced by ancient symbolic systems. In astrological traditions, Saturn is the planetary archetype of time, limitation, and material control. Ancient astrologers understood that Saturn's energy could provide structure and discipline, but when corrupted, it becomes a prison. Modern timekeeping systems are the manifestation of corrupted Saturnian energy. Consider how time is structured in modern society. You're divided into work time and personal time. Your worth is measured by productivity metrics. Your life is segmented into schedules, appointments, and deadlines. This isn't time serving you. This is you serving time. The cube symbolism I've discussed in previous videos connects directly to this temporal control system. Cube-shaped office buildings, square calendar grids, and rectangular time blocks all represent the same archetypal force, the limitation of infinite potential within finite boundaries. But here's the deeper layer. This temporal programming affects human consciousness at a fundamental level. When you're constantly rushing to meet external deadlines, you lose connection with your internal rhythms. When you're focused on productivity metrics, you lose touch with creativity and intuition. When you're trapped in rigid schedules, you lose access to spontaneous inspiration. Ancient mystery schools understood this. They knew that time could be experienced as linear limitation or as eternal presence. The difference lies in your relationship with temporal flow. Modern society has programmed most people to experience time as scarcity, pressure, and limitation. The solution isn't to abandon structure entirely, but to reclaim conscious relationship with time. This means recognizing when you're being controlled by external temporal demands versus when you're using time as a tool for genuine productivity and creative expression. I've researched these patterns extensively and documented practical methods for breaking free from temporal programming. In my book, The Saturn Conspiracy: How Ancient Cube Worship Controls Modern Reality, I reveal how to recognize and transcend the time prison. You can grab your copy for just $2.99 using the link in the description below. The transformation begins with awareness. Start noticing how time pressure affects your mental state. Observe how rigid schedules limit your creative potential. Pay attention to the difference between natural rhythms and imposed temporal structures. Here's a simple exercise. For 1 week, try to identify moments when you feel rushed or pressured by time. Notice how this affects your breathing, your thoughts, and your emotional state. Then, experiment with creating small pockets of unstructured time where you can reconnect with your natural rhythms. The goal isn't to become inefficient or irresponsible. It's to distinguish between time as a tool for empowerment versus time as a system of control. When you understand this difference, you can begin to work with temporal energy consciously rather than being controlled by it unconsciously. Ancient civilizations understood that time is not linear, but cyclical. They organized their lives around natural cycles rather than mechanical schedules. This allowed them to access forms of consciousness that are largely unavailable to modern humans trapped in linear time prison. Tomorrow, I'll show you how the same control systems appear in financial structures and how money itself has become a form of temporal energy. But first, check out the Saturn conspiracy and start experimenting with conscious time relationships. The ancient wisdom is still available to those who seek it. The question is, will you remain trapped in the time prison? Or will you learn to work with temporal energy consciously?